Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, before I head into my thoughts and feelings on Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 1 on Netflix, I don't think I'm going to have any spoilers in this video, but if you have seen the show or if you have seen the original cartoon series that was on Nickelodeon, definitely feel free to talk about spoilers with me. But yeah, I'm going to just keep everything vague and general in this review and whatnot. So yeah, let's get going. This is my thoughts and feelings on Season 1 of the Netflix adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. How did I feel about this show? I really quite enjoyed it, you guys. It was definitely 90% better than M. Night Shyamalan's movie adaptation. Let's be real. Seriously, the only thing that worked for me with the M. Night Shyamalan movie adaptation was Dev Patel as Prince Zuko. Seriously, I loved Dev Patel as Prince Zuko in that movie, and that was, like I said, pretty much the only thing that worked for me. So yeah, like I said, I think this TV adaptation is definitely a good 90% better, for sure, than that movie. I really didn't have any problems with this first season. Here's the thing: the original Nickelodeon show was like 20 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. 20 episodes a season, telling this really long, lengthy story and having a lot of like filler episodes in there. The thing is, a lot of those filler episodes are like really super good episodes because that's how you would establish like characters and their traits and their relationships, through a lot of those filler episodes. The thing is, with a show like this, being an adaptation of that show, it's condensed down to a mere 8 episodes, which is not a lot. So this show had a lot to do in 8 episodes, and I think for the most part it achieved that. It got to the core and the crux of what the show is about, who these characters are, what their mission is, why they're doing what they need to do. So I think the show did a really good job of condensing 20 episodes. It did a good job of condensing 20 episodes down and focusing in on what it needs to tell, the story that it needs to tell, the characters who are important to that story. Yes, is it frustrating that certain things are cut out or condensed? Yes, it's definitely frustrating. But yeah, that's the point of the original cartoon. If you want to see more of that, go watch the original cartoon, because you're not going to get that in a condensed version, obviously. So I was pretty pleased with what the show did, how it did condense things down, and there's several episodes that actually kind of mash together like several episodes of the original cartoon. There's several episodes sometimes kind of smashed together, which kind of weirdly enough worked for me. Didn't really work for some other viewers, but worked for me personally. I think the cast in this was definitely much better. We get an accurate cast, we shall say. We get an accurate cast for this show. Everybody looked like identical to their animated counterpart, you guys. It was pretty bizarre and weird how identical some of these people looked, but I loved it. Yes, some of the acting is a little hit or miss. These are young people, these are young people with the potential to grow and develop. Their performances can be a little hit or miss, and sometimes maybe a little cringy in places, but it's okay. And I don't know how much of that is possibly just the script, because sometimes the script was kind of doing this balance of, okay, we have to have a serious moment here, but we need to kind of lighten up with a little bit of levity over here. So for some viewers, kind of that seriousness and that levity wasn't really balanced out the way that they would have liked. I think it was okay for me. I think the show did an okay job, definitely with the serious moments, and trying to put in those classic bits of Avatar humor that you love so much. I also really liked the special effects on this show quite a bit compared to M. Night Shyamalan's movie. You would think the movie would have a better budget, but this show definitely had a much better budget, it looks like. The effects with like the fire and the water, the earth, air, all of that stuff looked really, really good. Yeah, in the movie, all that stuff is really slow. It's kind of really slow looking and kind of sluggish, and you can almost tell that it's special effects, and I feel like the effects looked really good. I think especially the fire effects. The fire effects looked really good. And yeah, earth effects look so much better. I think the water effects were still kind of the weakest in my opinion, but still a lot better than the movie. What else to talk about with this show? I really honestly don't have too much else to talk about. For the most part, I was pretty pleasantly happy and pleased with this adaptation because I've been anxious and looking forward to it, and yeah, I've been worried, is it going to work, is it not? And I think for the most part it worked. I enjoyed the cast. I enjoyed some of the little bit of changes. Some people did not like some of the changes. Changes worked for me. Once again, this show had 8 episodes. It needed to condense down what it needed to in order to tell the story that it needed to. I think it focused on what it needed to focus on. Yes, does it move maybe a little too quickly? It does at times. They got to get certain places, by the end of the season. So yeah, at times it does feel like it's moving a little too quickly. And going back to the actors really quickly, like I said, everybody looks like their animated counterpart. And I think for the most part, everybody behaves like their animated counterpart, except for the character of Zhao, you guys. In the animated cartoon, Zhao is voiced by Jason Isaacs. And that character is just so menacing and so threatening and so scary. And I do feel like one of the big, huge failures of this show is definitely the character of Zhao. He comes across as a caricature. He comes across as just kind of pathetic and whiny and a guy who is eager to please, and he's someone who's trying to skirt around things without trying to do the work, which is the complete opposite of the Zhao in the cartoon. The Zhao in the cartoon is just so threatening and scary, and he's willing to take risks and chances and do what it takes, and he's willing to just do all sorts of bad things, in the name of the Fire Nation. So I love Zhao in the cartoon. So yeah, in the show, Zhao is just terrible. I did not like him at all. I definitely did not like the direction they took there with him. But I did like the advancement of Ozai, played by Daniel Dae Kim in this show. In the original cartoon, Fire Lord Ozai is never really shown. If you do see him, he's kind of like in shadow, and he's really enigmatic and mysterious and vague. So I like this show did a lot with Fire Lord Ozai and went ahead and showed him and started establishing him and establishing the relationship he has with his children, Zuko and Azula. I loved a lot of that extended stuff. Let's put it this way. I think the best done characters in this show were Ozai, Uncle Iroh, and Zuko and Azula. I think the show did a really good job with all the Fire Nation characters, like setting them up and establishing them, and I think even all the actors were really well done. So I think that's pretty much it that I want to say for Avatar: The Last Airbender. I did not make any notes heading into this video. I wish I had made some notes because I feel like there are some things I'm forgetting and missing that I wanted to talk about. And there's a part of me I wish I had went ahead and done a spoiler review, because there's just certain things I really would love to talk about, especially with Zuko's character, because Zuko is my favorite character, you guys. Yeah, overall, my general thoughts on this show are positive. I'm pleasantly happy with this first season. I think there's definitely potential for season 2 and 3 to just get better and better. And definitely the acting, yes, sometimes the acting can be a little hit or miss for certain characters, but I think for the most part it was fine. It worked. So I'm definitely excited for the show to continue on Netflix, and I'm just excited to see how certain things will be adapted or changed up or improved, because I definitely think there were certain things in this show that definitely improved certain elements of the original show, which was fun. Like I said, like the Fire Nation characters specifically, I liked the improvements there and additional things. Additional stories and backstory and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's it, you guys. I'm definitely curious. You guys, how did you feel about Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix? Did you love it? Did you hate it? If you did not like it, that is totally fine. That is your opinion. It's totally fine. Yeah, just let me know what did not work for you specifically. So you guys, that is it for my thoughts and feelings on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.